So when I say there are the two sides play for the same team, they ultimately do. Like, they disagree only in the best method to use against the people. Like, one side says, hey, we can exert the most amount of power and extort the most amount of money if we do it this way. And then the other guys are like, I think we could actually extort it better this way. And, they each have their own set of lobbyists that agree with this way or that way. But, and both sides pretend that their way is going to be a one-size-fits-all. Like, that we are a collection of unique individuals with unique needs. Like, we can literally, the beauty in America is that we do have the freedom of choice. And for the past 165 years, we've chosen to let these people screw us this way, or these people screw us this way. And the whole time we've had the option to, like, not oppress each other, not have a handful of people make decisions, blanket decisions for our entire population, and pretend that one answer is going to be good for the majority, let alone the individual. And they start indoctrinating us to keep this power from the time we're little, and each step of involvement is another way for them to extort money. Like, we don't have to filter our livelihoods through their hands. Like, the federal government has absolutely no vested interest in what's going on locally, like in your community. Why would they? They make up these imaginary jobs and positions to justify stealing more money so that they can not really do anything but convene every now and then to bicker about who screws us all best. Like, it's crazy. Like, we don't, and then people are, oh, well, we can't govern. Okay, like, if you need help governing yourself, like, we can talk about it. But the vast majority of people, we're already governing ourselves. Like, we know what the laws are, and bad people, break. They're gonna break the laws no matter what the laws are. But there's a lot of really good people that are just living their lives and are breaking a rule that was arbitrarily set by this side or that side. Like, if it doesn't hurt you, while at the same time allowing stuff that hurts us all the time. Like, laws don't stop crimes, folks. Like, they don't. I mean, having freedom does not say that we'll be in a land without consequence. Like, we'll be a land of community. Like, with us making decisions about ourselves instead of the federal government, like, that community is going to come more naturally. Like, now, what's the point in getting together and talking about whether or not we should build this road? Oh my gosh. I mean, that's one little example, guys. I like, think about it. Like, we have super old roads in the U.S. Like, we have the capability. When people were building the roads, we built them to last. We didn't want to be replacing them all the time because, you know, we can and we should be making them to last. Like, once government took over that, like, because it's our money they're spending, like, they don't see which local company can build the local roads best. Like, they contract with their buddies for the most amount, and, you know, it takes them longer to build the roads. They're inefficient. It takes them longer to build the roads than the damn roads are designed to last now. And that's so they can residually every year continue to extort more money out of you. Like, oh, we're using these roads. Well, fucking make them better. Quit using. Don't make them better. Let us make them. We don't need you. We don't have to give you your money. Y'all, it's so simple. And I'm really working on being more patient so that I can, like, help you guys, because it's a lot of indoctrination. You know, they're in our schools, and then after we've paid their people at all the levels, like, all that money we've sent, like, the Department of Education, what the hell have they done? I want you to research the quality of our schooling since the Department of Education has come in and took so much money out of our schools locally. Like, we don't have to do it that way. Like, we can and should be doing it. Like, we are self-sufficient, y'all. We don't need to be governed by other adults that have trouble governing themselves, especially when they have no interest in you. You know, and then after they've extorted all the money and power they can, you know, K through 12, they get to dictate what kind of credentials, not only what kind of credentials you're going to need to get into the workforce of your choice, but, like, get their cut out of it. Like, every step of the way, they need to get their cut out of it, and tell you how many doctors and nurses we can have. They limit all that shit for their benefit, not ours. We should be, you know, certifying as many doctors and nurses as qualify. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't cost them, you know, 8 years of their lives and hundreds of thousands of dollars of worth of debt before they even enter the real world. Like, let them go ahead and find where they want to work. Like, find a job, pitch yourself to that doctor. Like, hey, look, I want to be a doctor. Like, let me come help you and learn. And while they're getting that hands-on experience, that's gonna, you know, stick a lot more solidly than, you know, regurgitating some stuff out of a book for 8 years. Like, then, you know, if you've got what it takes pretty quickly, and, you know, you might have to do that for free, or maybe they pay you a little bit, but that's another reason. Minimum wage. They paint it like minimum wage is there to help you. It's not. It's another way to keep you guys oppressed. Like, not every job is worth $15 an hour. Like, if this kid was, you know, fresh out of high school and wanting to go work with this doctor for a few years, or, you know, as long as it took for that doctor to feel comfortable saying, hey, you've mastered the art that I'm teaching you. Like, so, you know, maybe that doctor wants to pay that kid while simultaneously saving him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Maybe he only wants to pay him, you know, $5 an hour. Like, he's doing that kid such a solid. Like, I don't know a college kid in the world that wouldn't opt for that. And the only reason we can't is because government says no. Well, what if we want to? Like, I mean, if you want to still go to school, fine, go get your degree, boo-boo, but not everybody wants that. There are people that would be perfectly content and prefer even a doctor that learned his skill hands-on. Like, you know, we'd be more prepared if we had that. That's a truly free market, not governed by the damn government. All the red tape, like they wanna pitch it like you can. We're the land of the free. We build all this entrepreneur. Do you know? Have you tried to start your own business? Like, the government red tape is the hardest part about starting. Like, if two consenting adults want to do business with one another, like, the government is not entitled to hinder you even starting, let alone, you know, such a large percent of your profits. Why are they entitled to they don't do anything. You did that. And I mean, your workers, they get it from you, and then they get some more from their workers, and then whenever you buy something, they get some more. I mean, when you get something, they get some more. When you inherit something, they get some more. When you die, they get some more. Like, when you've paid off your house, like, you've paid off your land, you've got to rent it from them. Why are you guys just giving them that? We don't have to. We can literally vote against it. We have voices that we can use. We're not supposed to vote for, you know, against this oppressor or this. We don't have to do that. There are so many of us that are truly terrified of this presidency or this president. Like, have some fucking faith in yourself. Have some faith in us. Like, you know, it's not without consequence. It's not going to happen overnight. This, you know, we can do a lot. We can bring our troops home. We can start doing that immediately. Like, we can pardon and bring people that should have never had so much of their lives taken from them for such a petty thing. We can bring them home to their families. We can restore their records so that they can be productive members of society again. Like, we won't have the ability to oppress each other. Like, a few heads in a room won't be making calls for all of us anymore. It'll be, what do you want? You know, and at least your consequences of the choices you make are earned by you. That's all I'm asking. Like, just see it for what it is, and, you know, have a little faith.